This documentary will take you through 15 astonishing facts about Burundi, shedding light on the country's rare customs, intriguing laws, and the resilience of its people. Whether it's the unusual way of life, the cherished cultural symbols, or the striking lifestyle that many Burundians lead, there is so much more to discover beyond the surface. So join us as we explore the unique qualities of this remarkable country, a place where endless surprises await, and where each corner tells a story that's both inspiring and thought-provoking. Fact 15. The most densely populated country in the world, Burundi, located in East Central Africa, is a small, landlocked country with an area of just 27,825 square kilometers, similar in size to Maryland in the US. Despite its size, Burundi has a population of around 13 million people, making it one of the most densely populated countries in the world, with approximately 467 people per square kilometer. This high population density creates challenges in terms of space and resources, but also fosters tight-knit communities and a vibrant culture. The population is primarily composed of Hutu, 85%, Tutsi, 14%, and Twa, 1%, contributing to the country's diverse social fabric. Burundi's tropical and temperate climate supports agriculture, with crops like bananas, coffee, tea, and maize being essential to the economy and daily life. Fact 14. The land of drums. Burundi's iconic musical tradition. Burundi is known as the land of drums, reflecting the cultural and historical significance of drumming in the country. Drums, particularly the sacred Karyenda drum, are symbols of unity and authority. Historically played in royal courts, they represented the voice of the king. The drumming tradition is alive today, with the royal drummers of Burundi gaining international recognition for their energetic performances. These performances feature synchronized drumming, chants, and dance, often in brightly colored traditional outfits. Drums are used in various ceremonies, including births, funerals, and agricultural celebrations, serving as a unifying force. Made from hollowed-out tree trunks and animal hides, these drums produce a timeless, resonant sound. Recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity, drumming remains central to Burundi's national identity, celebrating the country's history and inspiring hope for a united future. Fact 13. Lake Tanganyika. A natural wonder of the world, Burundi is home to Lake Tanganyika, the second largest freshwater lake in the world by volume and depth, shared with Tanzania, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Zambia. Spanning 676 kilometers and reaching depths of 1,470 meters, it is one of the oldest lakes on Earth, estimated to be 9 to 12 million years old. The lake is a biodiversity hotspot, home to over 2,000 species, including vibrant cichlid fish. For Burundi, Lake Tanganyika is crucial, providing fresh water, fish, and transportation. Fishing communities depend on its resources, particularly the nutritious daga fish. The lake also supports trade and travel, boosting the local economy. Beyond its practical value, Lake Tanganyika offers stunning landscapes, sandy beaches, and picturesque sunsets. It is a place for activities like fishing, swimming, and exploring the underwater ecosystem through snorkeling or diving, symbolizing the harmony between nature and the people of Burundi. Fact 12. The influence of Burundi's traditional pottery craft. Burundi's pottery craft is a significant cultural tradition passed down through generations. Skilled potters create functional items like cooking pots, storage jars, and decorative pieces using red clay from the surrounding hills. The methods used have remained largely unchanged for centuries, reflecting a deep connection to the land. In rural areas, pottery is both a practical tool and a symbol of cultural pride. Each piece features unique designs and intricate patterns that reflect the potter's style or community traditions. Pottery making is often a communal activity involving the whole family and connecting present generations with their ancestors. The craft remains a valued art form in Burundi, preserving the country's traditional arts. Fact 11. The rich history of Burundi's ancient kingdoms. Burundi's history is deeply rooted in ancient kingdoms, particularly the Kingdom of Burundi, which influenced the region with its complex social structure and powerful monarchy. The monarchy's traditions are still celebrated today, such as the annual Imigongo Harvest Festival, which honors the land and ancestral connections. The country's rich history is preserved through local folklore, myths, and oral traditions, and is reflected in artifacts and monuments, including ancient burial sites and royal palaces, offering a glimpse into Burundi's past. Fact 10. Burundi's drum culture, the soul of a nation. One of Burundi's most cherished symbols is the traditional drum, or ngoma, which holds deep cultural, historical, and spiritual significance. Historically reserved for royal ceremonies, drums marked important events like coronations and agricultural seasons, symbolizing unity and strength. The royal drummers of Burundi, famous for their mesmerizing performances, showcase incredible skill and energy, with synchronized drumming and dancing. The drums, crafted from hollowed-out tree trunks and cowhide, represent both the leader, Karyenda, and followers, Ibishikizo, creating a harmonious sound. Drumming continues to be central to Burundian culture, featured in festivals and national celebrations, and was designated as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity by UNESCO in 2014. Despite challenges posed by urbanization and globalization, efforts are underway to preserve this tradition for future generations. Fact 9. The significance of the Kibera National Park. Kibera National Park, located in northwest Burundi, is the country's largest protected area, covering over 400 square kilometers of diverse ecosystems, including forests, savannas, and wetlands. It serves as a vital ecological resource and a sanctuary for endangered species like chimpanzees, African buffalo, and rare birds. The park plays a crucial role in preserving Burundi's natural balance, regulating the water cycle, and supporting both wildlife and local communities. Kibera is also a key ecotourism destination, attracting nature enthusiasts and researchers, offering hiking trails, waterfalls, and wildlife viewing in a pristine environment. Fact 8. The mystery of Bujumbura's Central Market. Bujumbura's Central Market is not just a place to shop, but also a cultural hub. It shows the unique economic and cultural life of Burundi. This market is where people come together to buy and sell goods, but it also reflects the warmth and spirit of the Burundian people. In the market, you can find everything from local produce to handmade crafts and even imported goods. But what makes this market so fascinating is the way people trade. There's still an informal barter system where people exchange goods instead of money. This old tradition is still alive, and it shows how strong trust and community are in Burundi. Another interesting feature of this market is its layout. It is organized so that each section has different types of products. For example, one area is dedicated to fruits and vegetables, another to spices and herbs, and another to handmade items. The market is always busy, with sounds, smells, and people rushing around, making it an exciting place to visit. For the people of Burundi, the market is more than just a place to buy things. It's a part of their history and culture. It represents the resilience of the community and is a place where people can connect with each other. Fact 7. The extraordinary burial practices in Burundi. Burundi's burial customs are both unique and deeply tied to its cultural beliefs. One of the most fascinating practices is the way Burundians honor their deceased. Unlike many countries that have standard burial procedures, in Burundi, the rituals vary depending on the person's age, status, and sometimes even the cause of death. For instance, when someone of high status or great importance passes away, the community gathers to honor them with elaborate ceremonies. These ceremonies often involve prayers, dancing, and even animal sacrifices, which are seen as a way to send the spirit of the deceased into the afterlife and ensure peace for the family. Another unique aspect is the burial sites. Instead of standard graves, it is common for older Burundians to be buried near their homes or in areas that hold personal significance. The family members often mark the graves with simple stone markers or small structures to indicate the resting place, which is a personal and intimate way of keeping the memory alive. In some parts of the country, when a person passes, the family will hold a funeral feast. This feast is an important occasion, as it serves not only as a way to honor the dead, but also to bring the community together. People from surrounding villages gather to share food, sing songs, and reflect on the life of the deceased. The feast symbolizes the community's connection with both the living and the departed. The rituals surrounding death in Burundi highlight the importance of community and respect for the dead. They are a way for the people to keep the bond with their ancestors strong, ensuring that the spirits of the deceased continue to live on within the community. Fact 6. Burundi's unique coffee culture. Coffee is not just a commodity in Burundi, it's a central part of daily life and cultural identity. The country is one of Africa's top coffee producers, known for its high-quality Arabica beans. What makes Burundi's coffee culture so unique is the way it connects people from all walks of life. Burundians are known to drink coffee in almost every setting, from small roadside stands to elaborate social gatherings. Coffee is the drink of choice. Unlike the fast-paced coffee consumption common in many Western countries, the coffee drinking tradition in Burundi is much slower and more ritualistic. It's a time to connect, converse, and enjoy the moment. Coffee is often prepared using a traditional method, where beans are roasted by hand in a pan before being ground and brewed. This process, known as kawa yubwoko, can take up to an hour. The time spent preparing and drinking the coffee reflects the value placed on relationships and community in Burundi. Sharing a cup of coffee isn't just about the drink, it's about the bonding that happens over it. The role of coffee goes beyond personal enjoyment. It is a major contributor to Burundi's economy, with coffee exports making up a significant portion of the country's revenue. The coffee farms in Burundi are typically small, family-run businesses, and most of the work is done by hand, with each family member involved in the process, from planting the coffee beans to harvesting them. Despite its status as a key export, coffee also plays a part in Burundi's social fabric. The traditional ceremonies and celebrations often feature coffee as a symbol of hospitality, and it's an essential element of any welcoming gathering. This deep connection with coffee reflects Burundi's cultural values of hospitality, patience, and community. Fact 5. The ancient art of basket weaving. One of the most enduring traditional crafts in Burundi is basket weaving. This ancient skill is passed down through generations and remains an important part of the country's cultural identity. Burundian baskets are not just functional items, they are also beautiful works of art that carry significant cultural meaning. Made from palm fronds, reeds, and grasses, these baskets are used for a variety of purposes, ranging from everyday household items to ceremonial purposes. They come in different sizes, colors, and intricate designs, each one telling a story or representing a specific cultural or familial significance. Basket weaving in Burundi is typically a community activity, with family members and neighbors coming together to create these items. For many, it is both a way to preserve tradition and a form of artistic expression. The weaving process is intricate and requires great skill, with the designs often reflecting the values and beliefs of the people. Some baskets are adorned with patterns that symbolize unity, while others tell stories of ancestral heritage and family lineage. In addition to its aesthetic and cultural significance, basket weaving is also an important economic activity. It provides an income for many rural families, especially in areas where farming may not be as profitable. The baskets are sold locally, and some even make their way to international markets, where they are valued for their quality and craftsmanship. The tradition of basket weaving is so important in Burundi that it has been incorporated into cultural festivals and events. During celebrations and ceremonies, it is common to see people wearing clothes or accessories adorned with beautiful woven patterns, symbolizing both their personal and cultural identity. Fact 4. The music and dance of Burundi, a celebration of life in Burundi. Music and dance are much more than just entertainment. They are an integral part of the culture and are deeply connected to the country's traditions, celebrations, and daily life. Music is used in a variety of settings, from births to funerals, weddings, and community gatherings, making it a unifying force that brings people together. The Burundian drum is probably the most famous symbol of the nation's musical heritage. However, what sets Burundi apart is the distinctive way its people use rhythm to communicate and express emotions. The country is home to various types of drums, each with its specific purpose, and they are played in traditional drumming ceremonies known as Bujumbura drumming. Drumming in Burundi is an ancient tradition that dates back centuries, and it is passed down through generations. It involves highly skilled drummers, many of whom begin their training at a young age. The drummers play together in unison, creating a powerful sound that resonates through the air. The rhythms they play are often intricate, creating a deep connection between the people, the land, and their shared history. In addition to drumming, dance plays a significant role in Burundian culture. Traditional dances are typically performed during festivals and community events, where the vibrant, energetic movements serve to express joy, unity, and sometimes even storytelling. Many dances are performed in a group, with individuals joining hands to move in sync, symbolizing solidarity and the strength of the community. Music and dance are more than just performances in Burundi. They are rituals that maintain the connection to the ancestors, the community, and the land. Whether it's a lively drumming circle or a spontaneous dance celebration, the sound of music and the movement of dance create an unspoken language that binds the people of Burundi together. Fact 3. Burundian cattle herders' unique rituals. In Burundi, the relationship between people and cattle is more than just economic. It's deeply rooted in cultural and spiritual practices. Cattle are seen as a symbol of wealth, social status, and even spirituality in many communities. But what sets Burundi apart is the unusual rituals that revolve around cattle herding, particularly among the Tutsi community, which has traditionally relied on cattle for livelihood. One of the most fascinating practices is the Imbuto ceremony, a sacred ritual conducted by cattle herders. The ceremony celebrates the connection between cattle, the land, and the people, and it marks the transition from one stage of life to another. During the Imbuto ceremony, herders dressed in traditional attire chant prayers, offer sacrifices, and invoke blessings for fertility, health, and prosperity for the cattle and their owners. Burundians believe that their cattle are not merely animals, but are connected to the ancestral spirits. It's a belief that influences their day-to-day interactions, where care and respect for the cattle are paramount. In fact, a man's wealth and his social standing are often directly linked to how many cattle he owns. The rituals surrounding these cattle not only celebrate the animals, but also represent a profound spiritual bond between the people of Burundi and their environment. Unique to Burundi is the practice of cattle wrestling, where cattle are trained for competitions. These animals are often pitted against each other in matches that are seen as a test of strength, endurance, and dominance. These competitions, much like the rituals, bring communities together and are seen as an expression of cultural pride. For many in Burundi, cattle are much more than just a source of income. They are an integral part of their identity and connection to both their ancestors and the land. These traditions tied to the natural world make the rituals and celebrations surrounding cattle in Burundi deeply fascinating and unique. Fact 2. Burundi's unique Imigongo art. One of Burundi's most distinctive cultural traditions is Imigongo art, a traditional form of painting that is widely recognized across the country. Imigongo involves creating intricate geometric patterns using a combination of natural materials like cow dung, mud, and ashes, along with natural pigments. The method of creating these works is deeply rooted in the Bantu people's history and was historically used as a way of decorating walls and homes. The art is not just visually striking, but it also holds significant cultural meaning. It represents Burundian identity and reflects the deep connection between the people and their environment. The use of cow dung in the artwork is symbolic of the importance of cattle in Burundian life, as they are a source of food, wealth, and spiritual significance. Imigongo art has been passed down through generations, and though the materials may be simple, the designs are complex and full of vibrant color. The geometric shapes and patterns in the artwork can tell stories, convey symbolism, or simply serve as decoration, but they always represent the culture and lifestyle of the people who create them. In recent years, this traditional art has gained global recognition, with pieces of Imigongo art displayed in galleries and museums worldwide, showcasing Burundi's rich cultural heritage to a broader audience. Fact 1. Burundi's rich oral storytelling tradition. Burundi has a deep-rooted tradition of oral storytelling, which plays a crucial role in preserving the nation's history, culture, and values. Storytelling is not just a form of entertainment. It is a way of educating younger generations about their heritage and ancestral wisdom. Elders, known as abavi, are considered the keepers of these stories, and they pass down tales of heroes, gods, and ancient events through engaging performances, often accompanied by music and dance. The art of storytelling is also integral to Burundian social life. It is a way for people to gather, connect, and reflect on the shared experience of living in Burundi. These stories often explore themes of bravery, wisdom, love, and the struggles of daily life, and they serve as a guide to living in harmony with the land and the community. This rich oral tradition helps to foster a strong sense of identity and pride among Burundians. Additionally, storytelling is often intertwined with the art of singing and drumming, which adds a layer of expression and emotion. Drums, especially the ngoma, are used during storytelling to emphasize important moments and enhance the connection between the narrator and the audience. In a world that increasingly values written history, Burundi's oral tradition is a remarkable way of preserving and passing down the stories of the past, ensuring that the voices of previous generations live on through each retelling.